Hello, soul friends. This is Miriam. Welcome back to my channel. Today's pick a card reading is going to be all about your luck in the next 3 to 6 months. We'll say 3 to 6 months. Remember, no matter your individual beliefs, tarot or oracle reading is your spirit guides coming forward to give you advice, or just simply your subconscious mind helping you answer life's ponders. No matter how you look at that, it is healthy and you are in the right place. I have a lot of cards to show you. Each of you today are going to get your own tarot deck, your own oracle deck, and your own special message as well. It'll be some other form of oracle deck that's a little bit different than the other. So I'm going to try to show them to you in better form than I just started. Now that I already started. All right. Just bear with me here. I hope you all had a fabulous whatever you had before you got here. Good times. Okay, group 1. This will be your tarot. Be sure to only go to this site to get this deck from this seller so you don't get a knockoff. They're a small business, growing by the second though. They're very awesome. They gifted me this, so thank you. This will be your oracle. And this will be your other oracle. And then here is your clover. And then let's see what we have here for group 2. I'm like, what do I have here? Oh, I have them right in my hand. Oh my goodness, this never happens. But the big giant box. I do have that one over here. Okay, here is your big giant tarot. This box is much more vibrant when you buy it new. It's set up on my desk for a long time in my sunroom, and the sun blasted it, and now it's quite faded. And I've had to tape it together because, yeah, it got quite beat up over the years that I've had it. But it's a cool deck, very unique. I'm going to need to use the book a lot with your reading. Here are your tarot cards. And your other oracle cards. Alrighty, group 3. Wait, group 2 needs your clover. Sorry. This is the longest intro in the history of the world. But I figured we all needed some good news with like good luck and stuff like that. Okay, group 3. This is your oracle. You guys will have a lot to pick from. Or if you're like me, you might just watch the whole thing. That was your tarot, that second box. And then this is the other oracle I picked for you. Okay. And then Sullivan is here saying hello. Say hello, Sully. Of course not. All right. Moving along. And then here is your clover, if I didn't show you that already. And group 3. You have this oracle deck. Ooh, this oracle deck. And then where, in goodness sake, is your box for your other cards? I gotta go find them. That's bizarre. Well, this sucks group 4. I can't find the box for these, which is weird because I just got them out. So it's got to be close. I'm going to look for it, but in any event, we'll get that info to you eventually, if never. It was like a deck that I bought that you could pretty much get anywhere, but here is your Clover. Maybe you're a bit of a mystery as well, Group 4. And maybe that's what draws you to this pile, is that we had that little hiccup there. Regardless, we will see you in your individual readings all about what kind of luck is coming towards you in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, see ya. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Hello, Group 1. So if you picked this Clover. Ooh. And these decks. I'm going to start with this Oracle card, then I'm going to go to your Tarot, and then I'm going to go to the last. This popped off the bottom for you, though, so we're going to start with that. And then we'll just go from there. I'm going to get a bunch. Luck coming towards, listen, they listened right to us. Group number 1. Luck coming towards group number 1 in the next 3 to 6 months. Nothing but luck. Luck, 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 luck. So if you're like looking for a problem to a solution, go look at one of my videos about like things where you already have a problem and you want a solution. Yes, I know I said that backwards, darling. But thank you for pointing it out to me. Okay. All right. Good luck coming to group number 1 in the next 3 to 6 months. Let's look. Wow, okay. Look at that. I'm going to go through all of these before we move on. Excellent. Cool. And we're only looking at luck. So like every card has, or deck has like negative or whatever, less positive cards in them. But for the sake of this reading, we're only looking at the good things that are coming towards us. So the negative cards that come out, even though you got all these wonderful cards. This is a beautiful card. Look at that. Okay. Sorry, I like to show the cards. Okay. Sometimes I'll watch readers on pick a card readings and I'm like, no, let me see the card. And they're like, on to the message. And I'm like, the card. Anyway, good times. Okay, so we have forgiveness here. And this is really showing me a lot as far as I feel like some of you want to be forgiven for something, and that's really good news that this is coming in the next 3 to 6 months. I'm feeling like maybe somebody really hurt somebody that they care about and they feel really bad about it and they just want to, you know, forgive and forget and move on, and you want things to go back to how they were with the people or person that was most affected or that you most want to forgive you is still having kind of a hard time. That is definitely something coming through. That's always hard. I'm also feeling another vibe coming in of someone feeling like you are going to forgive someone else. And that might sound impossible right now. And trust me, I can relate to that feeling. I do not forgive easily. And it's not because I like want to hold a grudge or because I'm stubborn and I just can't forgive. It's just because it just doesn't happen. It just doesn't. I can't feel it. And it takes a long time for that feeling to come. And maybe you're like that, you know? And maybe this has been a burden on you, and maybe it's going to feel good, okay? I feel like some of you are watching this around the time of a full moon. We just had a full moon at the time that I am filming. But I am feeling that with that moon there. But yeah, so somebody forgiving someone else. Like I feel like a father forgiveness for one of you, for example. The others, you know, it's like you being forgiven for something that you did. Some of it feels like infidelity. Some of it feels like just really hurting somebody that you cared about. And you've acknowledged that you've hurt them and you just really want things to be okay. And this is showing that that's coming forward. We're also seeing manifestation, which is about you getting what you want, getting the things that you've been manifesting towards. Sullivan is being so needy right now. Yeah. I know, dude. So if you hear me talking to him, it's because he's right here snugged up against me. And he's huge. He weighs like anywhere between 17 and like 19 pounds-ish. So, anyway, he's a good luck kitty. Yep, he's very spiritual. So the fact that he's here, I feel like this is a very spiritual group. And I feel like you guys do have a lot of power of like manifestation. And I feel like you guys do have a lot of power to forgive. And a lot of power to fix things, to help, and to heal, okay? And I feel like that's what the healing card is partially about. I'm also seeing answers coming through. With this forgiveness card, I feel like a very like strong childhood wound with the family or the people who need to forgive someone else kind of energy. This definitely feels like to me like as you get answers, you're going to be like, oh, okay, it makes it easier to forgive because you're able to see it from a different perspective. Not that it excuses anyone's behavior that was bad or destructive or harmful, but it does make you realize that, okay, yes, I feel that I can move on now. I understand, you know, it's like when you get mad at your parents, for example, and let's pretend it's not even that big of a deal, but like they were good parents otherwise, but there was just a couple of things they did where you were like, what the F was that? You know, like that affected me for the rest of my life. The way that you said that about me hurt my feelings and it changed me forever or whatever. I always try to remember to think back with my own parents. And this isn't going to work for all of you, but for some of you, this is a message that's coming through. Think about how old your parents were when they had you and kind of put that into perspective if they were very young. If they're not very young, then don't worry, this message isn't for you. But people that were like, you know, your parents had you when they were like 18, you know, or even younger in some cases. And so, you know, when they did that big awful thing, it was like, they were only like, you know, 22 or something like that. And they were like not that well developed themselves. Maybe they came from like a bad background. Not making excuses again and again. I'm going to say that. But your guides are saying that that understanding is going to help you forgive them. So some of you might work with youth or understand and have like a deep ability within you to be able to forgive young people as opposed to being able to forgive adults. If that is the case with you, I empathize. I also forgive young people easier than I forgive adults. I feel like they're like new at this ish. So like, you know, if they need like a little extra time and, you know, as long as they get better and they try, you know, and their intentions were good, then it's just more forgivable, right? So maybe extend the same to adults and see if you can. It's hard for me to do, but I have to just pretend like I'm talking to somebody who was a kid at one point, and then I can kind of do it almost all the way. Not with everybody, but I'm almost there. Okay. For those of you that want healing for something you did, the same answer applies. It's like as the answers come out about what the circumstances of what happened, or the answers come out about how you really feel, or whatever your circumstances are, that's going to cause the healing. is the answers and the honesty coming out. And that's going to lead to closure for both of these like storylines that I'm seeing here. And you can move on to something good, something better within this 3 to 6 month period. All right. Some of you might be like, why is it 3 to 6 months? Well, it could take 3, could take 6, right? It depends on your each individual situations. It's going to be different for everybody. It could be 4 months for somebody. It could be 5 months and 6 whole days for others and 2 hours. General reading. Okay, moving along. Luck coming towards you. So, I mean, that's really nice because that's like a really big thing. And I feel like it's been weighing on you for a long time. You know, like guilt and the shame that comes along with it and feeling like you're not on the same footing as you were before. And then the same thing with not having answers and feeling hurt and not knowing how to move forward because you've been hurt, or you can only move forward so far because this hurts so bad. And so, yeah, it looks like you guys are moving forward nice and good now over the next 3 to 6 months. Big life stuff. So let's go ahead and get some tarot for you. And just give them some like ideas of what to expect, blessings that are coming through the next, because I feel like this is a big one. I feel like it's pretty self-explanatory. Spirit, can we get little bits of luck coming between now and then? It can be about this, but can it be about other things as well? Thank you. Okay, I'm holding the entire deck upside down, so I'm going to flip this, and I'm going to flip this too. Move the moon, this one. This one, these are so glossy. Ugh, not glossy, like, I guess buttery would be the word I would choose. My goodness, so are these ones. Y'all are like smooth. You guys like things to be smooth, and you guys are like the spiritual crowd. Interesting. And I feel like spiritual people a lot of times like are the ones that do own up and try to heal, you know, those around them as well as themselves, by owning up to their mistakes or their, you know, shortcomings or whatever you want to call it. Like, it's very admirable, group one. So we have the poppy and the moon. Little blessings coming towards you. Your intuition is going to be really good. And I feel like some of you are going to have some crazy dreams. Remember the scene in Wizard of Oz where they pass out in the poppy field? That poppy reminded me of that. And like, I have no idea what poppies smell like. But I know how like a poppy seed muffin tastes. And I know that probably has nothing to do with how they smell when they're like flowering. But there's something about the like aura of the way something tastes to how it smells that like I correlate together. Maybe some of you know what I'm talking about. Maybe some of you don't. If you don't, you're gonna think I'm crazy, and that's fine. But I got this like taste of like poppy seeds, and it like I pictured them in the garden like taking a nap. Because like as a little kid, even though this is totally psychosomatic, right? Like anytime I ate a poppy seed muffin, it made me feel like I was going to take a nap because of that scene in Wizard of Oz. I just heard whistling. So one of your guides might be somebody who whistles to you, if that's relevant to you, or if you are curious about what that might be or get a feeling of what that might be, you can always comment in the comment section and see what you think. I'm going to go have a conversation real quick. Okay, so anyway, if a whistle resonates with you, you can let me know how in the comment section. Oh, now I need to cough. Hang on. Okay, moving right along with good things to look forward to, lucky things in the next 3 to 6 months. So like 3 more. One more to make it 6. Okay, thank you. All right. So much for covering. Anyway. Okay. So if you want to look at this as like 1 month through 6 months, we can take a look at that. We can also, sorry, I should have just looked at the camera while I was doing that. It took forever and I didn't even do a good job. All right. Or we can just talk about your overall energy over the next 3 to 6 months, and you can take it however it falls. So intuition is growing for a lot of you, and that's going to come in handy when it comes to the different obstacles that you'll be facing in the next 3 to 6 months, especially at work. I'm hearing. I'm also hearing in relationships, but just in life in general. Like, I feel like sometimes a lot of people in this group have a hard time making decisions, or you second guess yourself as a lot. You're hyper vigilant, you know, your guides are showing. And I'm seeing like people walking away from that worry into this new. So that's another big one. It's like, I'm like little things, and they're like another big life-changing moment. Like, okay, all right, let's just take the messages we get, I guess, group one. You're so spiritual, I'm sure you understand, right? They're like, not particularly all of us, Miriam. That's fine. So yeah, sort of being hyper vigilant, maybe worrying about the future as well. Oh. And your guides are having you have this new epiphany and walking away from worry, because this card's about worry. This is about walking away. This is about a brand new horizon. And then this is about the end of a cycle and onto like a new, better cycle. My goodness, group one. Good on you. So, wow. I like it. By the way, your flowers are a poppy, a mandrake. I didn't realize that mandrake had such pretty flowers. Ace of Pentacles has almond flowers on it. The meanings are basically the same thing as the cards, which is like pretty, you know, how hard did they work on this deck to do that? It's pretty amazing. Oh, this is a Miss Molly, by the way, this card, Miss Molly, 8 of Cups. This is Nettle. Maybe stinging nettle. I've heard of stinging nettle, not just regular nettle. And the world is Hellbone. I don't want to pick that card up because it's a pain. Okay, so anywho, yeah, that's pretty cool, that moving forward and like that forgiveness feeling as well as here of that sort of just like walking away from like resentment of like, I don't even want to feel bad about this anymore. And that's the way forgiveness comes for me. It might be the same for some of you. It's like, once I know, I just don't care when I think about the situation. I don't get all like burned up emotionally while I'm thinking about whatever it is they did. Then I know that I've moved on, that I've forgiven, and I can handle just, you know, getting on with my life. And sometimes can even have a relationship with that person still. It's just different than how it was before, and definitely like way more boundary ridden than it was before. For those of you that wanted forgiveness from someone else, I think you've been kind of beating yourselves up. Maybe the other people around you who you wanted forgiveness from have been beating you up a little bit as well. Possibly made you a little bit afraid of the future because you didn't know if they were going to like walk away from you, right? That caused a lot of worry, and your guides are showing this new thing about walking away from that worry and just starting a new chapter with that person because you've been forgiven, which is nice, don't you think? So yeah. Yeah. I know, they just keep tying it into the big picture. But I also see you kind of doing the same thing with just not worrying in general, walking away from old habits, walking away from things that never worked for you before, and just kind of making your way forward into this new era that you're creating for yourself. So let's get you some more cards. I got you some ones about making magic. These are sigils, so if you want to pause and trace these so that you can like draw them on things and meditate on them or whatever. Like, I like to do that with sigils. It makes them more powerful. I like to draw them on my body with salt water, whatever rocks your boat, you know what I mean? So Spirit, what kind of magic should they be doing in the next 3 to 6 months? my goodness, that one's pretty complicated, but I still think it would be easy to draw if you paused this and you practiced long enough. I could do it. If I can do it, anybody could. Well, there's an arrow on that side just in case. Okay. Felix Felicitas. Okay. Power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. Look at that. Lucky. We were doing this whole reading on being lucky, and out of the whole deck, it found one that had the words lucky in it. That's pretty lucky, I'd say. Here's another. Fairy magic. Respectfully work with the fairies and elements to achieve your goals. Remember, with fairies, be very, very careful. All things. If you're working with any entities, including human beings, animals, whatever, but like otherworldly things, of course, just be careful and just always make sure that your intentions are known and clear, and that you have clear set boundaries about what you expect from this meeting. No weird stuff, no trickery, no. But if like bad things scare you, you need to be like, no bad stuff, period. You're not allowed to even come close. Because if you're like curious and you let them in and you don't know how to deal with the fear, don't let them in. Okay, moving on. Ooh, pretty tree of life. True wisdom and making good choices in life. Very nice. So yeah, if you're into a little bit of fairy magic, anytime I see this card come out, I take it as an invitation from the fairy world that you have some kind of connection with them. And it is a lesser known world than what even the people that are into esoterics all know about. Like, some know a lot about it and some don't. But it's very interesting. I have a fairy deck that I love a lot. And honestly, you might want to check into group 2, because group 2, even though I haven't drawn their cards yet, does have that fairy ring oracle deck. And so this might be a hint to you that you have some messages in group 1. How often does that happen, group 1, where they're like, you might have messages in one of the other piles? I haven't read the other piles. That's why if you're a group 1, you should always check the other piles, because you might have other messages in them. I never think about that. But, like when you watch these, there's always like me and others always say like, oh, you might want to check this group because they had a message like that earlier. There might be some more stuff in that for some of you. Same diff, right? But almost never happens with group 1 because we haven't read the other cards yet. But this time, there's a fairy deck in the next group, so you might want to check them out. Just saying, JS. Yeah, fairies are fun. They can be mischievous. They're as varied as human beings and animals combined as far as personalities and traits go. So you have to just be really careful about who you let into your weird little worlds, my friends. Always make your intentions clear. You only want good, positive things around you. And with that, I'm going to leave you. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comments section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box, my friends. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye-bye. Hello, group 2. So if you picked the clover that looks like this. Oh, sorry. Let's go ahead and take a look. We're going to start with your oracle cards that are on the bottom. You, my friends, are going to get a lot of book because this has to do with fairies. This is the fairy ring. The fairy ring tarot? I don't even think they call it that. Yeah, no, it's just Guide to the Fairy Ring. And if you've ever studied like actual fairy lore, like actual region-specific fairy lore, there are so many of them. Like Celtic peoples and ancient, tribes like that, tribal peoples like that, they believed in pretty much anything that was supernatural was like one of the fae. And so I have not learned all of these. I've had this deck for a few years now at least, but I still am not very good. So you're going to have to be patient with me as I move forward through this. And you're going to get a lot of book action probably. So sorry. I am going to start and draw some cards for you of just some luck that's coming through. If you were to get a negative card, we would still use the positive attributes of that card. Goodness. I'm going to not take the ones that fell on the floor. But I am going to take the ones that are popping out here. Haha. Because this is all about luck, not about bad things happening. My goodness, you still got a lot. Hopefully I know what even some of these are so that we don't have to go too in-depth into the book. Don't worry, I won't read all the book. I'll just get the gist of the meanings, okay? All right, we're just going to go through. We have the Fairy Festival. Hairfest. Like harvest. See how I'm thinking? I can't remember if we take reversals. I'm going to put this one as reverse. Queen. The Elder Queen. It also has to do with, see these borders, it has to do with the time of year that these are in. And if I recall correctly, this one doesn't have a border, so I believe that's one of the major arcanas of this like strange deck of cards. You're going to learn something today, group 2. And these seasons correspond to a group as well, and like a little hierarchy, kind of like tarot. We have Fairy Festival, Beltane. Ooh, you got lots of fairy energy. You might have some messages in group 1, just so you know. I told group 1 that about you. We have 2 with Troll. I should let you read it first. This one looks like they did like the winter because of the pine cones and the holly. And that one looks very springy to me, so I believe that one's the summer one. But you got this in reverse. We're going to go ahead and take it in reverse just in case. We also have the King of Winter, Gwyn on up, and he was reversed. And then we also have 4 Habitrot, and that looks like summer, also reversed, maybe. And 3, oh, I'm not even gonna try. Also looks like a summer card, also in reverse, if they take reversals. If they don't, we're gonna flip them all around and figure it out. So let's look real quick. I'm gonna pause. I know what I'm doing. I believe they do take reversals, but because we are looking at luck coming your way, and even the negative themed cards are going to have a positive spin on them, there's no reason to twist ourselves around figuring out, you know, what they mean right side up and what they mean upside down and what the good traits are if they're upside down. That's silly. We'll just do them like this. And then if one of these right side up is negative, well, then we'll be good to go because we're going to take the positive spin on that because this is about luck coming towards you. Okay. That's what we're going to do. Thank you, Spirit. All right, so harvest is definitely, you know, pretty self-explanatory. It's about like reaping and rewards, you know, like having something good turn out after you worked really hard towards something, right? This group in particular, because you got so many reversals, I feel like your life has felt pretty upside down, and some of you are watching this and like very like skeptical, like hope that like maybe you're going to hear something that actually turns out to be true. And I'm sorry you've been going through a hard time. That's hard. Hopefully you're in the right place. So if you've been experiencing a lack of wealth, a lack of resources, a lack of faith, a lack of whatever would make you feel like a rich person in whatever is important to you in life, then your guides are showing in the next 3 to 6 months, these things should improve. So this could come in the form of, it's like a harvest. So this could come in the form of networking you did before, a relationship that you made before that isn't even work related, but somehow you ended up, getting this chance because this person knows you and trusts you, etc. Those types of energies are coming through. Okay, so next we have the Elder Queen, which is the Queen of Summer, which would be like the Queen of Wands. And I want to check the book to see if they're similar. Okay, so I'm in the Summer Court. I'm looking for that queen. There she is. I was right about the border, so I am learning. Ha ha ha. I mean, I only crack this deck out about once a year, so the fact that I retained anything from last year is pretty actually amazing. Just saying, you guys. Not to toot my own horn, but like, if I was like teaching me in a class and I was like, I had me on a remedial program, I'd be pretty impressed. I'd be like, good job, kid. All right, so definitely Queen of Summer. Let's check out what the book says. Oh, we're going to skip all the way to the meanings here. So when the Elder Mother appears in your root card, she indicates grace, warmth, protection, kindness, strength, and help from a friend. She may also denote the success of a venture. The card may indicate a real person in your life, a mature woman who is forthright, open, honest, practical, energetic, helpful, and generous. She will probably have a welcoming, well-kept home. Okay. And remember you got, no, this one actually came out upright. You didn't get a reversal of that one, I don't believe. And I believe Fairy Festival is upright, and then the rest of them were upside down. I think. I could be wrong already. Who cares? We're moving on. We had them upright for a reason. This one had that meaning of feeling that lack, so I feel like that's why I remembered. We'll see if I remember with another one of these. Sorry, guys. Things are always going to get weird. Okay. The Elder Queen. Yeah, definitely Queen of Wand vibes, but it's just like this idea of you really have it together. You've got something coming forward. A harvest is supposed to be good. Things are supposed to work out. It's like, I feel as though your guides are being extremely reassuring about any worries that you may have had or any concerns that you may have planted in the base of your mind. I feel like your guides are trying to reassure you that like things are going to work out the way they're supposed to. As far as inspiration goes, like you should have like a full-on lots and lots of it, because like the fire signs or the fire energy of summer is very good for inspiration, especially in spirituality, or especially in just feeling inspired, like feeling a fire under your booty to do something, go out and get something done. It's also like passion, and it can be quick tempered, but can be in a good way, right? So I'm also seeing like protection, kindness, strength, and help from a friend is something that they said in the book. They're also saying that she might be success of a venture, so those financial problems that people were worried about. And it could be a real person in your life. It could just be something coming towards you. It could be something you're headed towards to embody as her essence, or somebody with her essence coming in to help. Okay. And that's going to be different for all of you. It depends on who you are and your situations. But somebody generous that might have a well-kept home. Okay. They're saying to connect with her, use the bounty of the elder tree. I don't know what that means. If there are elder woods around you, go out and hang out and them would help. I would have to look one up. Or elder wood if you have that around you. I don't know. I would have to look it up on Google to even know what it is. Some of you might be seeing this in June, even though I am recording this in March. Bless you, my kitty cat. If you heard my cat sneezing, you probably didn't because I have my earbuds in. They're saying to drink tea, your guides. There might be like a healing tea that you need to drink that you've been thinking about trying. This would definitely be your green light to do so. But, you know, always talk to your doctor first. If you're watching this in the winter, because some of you are watching this in the winter, it seems like, your guides are saying to go get some jam and have some jam and toast. Something that has berries, like, so have some berries, fresh berries, even if that's what is your thing. So interesting messages coming in from your guides. Okay. And I'm definitely feeling a fae presence. So like that would make sense that the messages are going to be kind of all over the place. If you work with fairies, things are going to get crazy, but maybe in a good way. Okay. If you know what you're doing, right? This is going to be a very long reading. Okay. Fairy Festival card number 2. We have Beltane. Another thing that I suck at when it comes to my esoteric journey is remembering these, what do you want to call them? These holidays. See, I can't remember what they're called. All right. Where? I was able to find this one just fine. So where's my other one? There it is. 223. They're in the back. Ha. Turned right to it. In bulk. Oh, here it is. It's celebrated on February 1st. Okay. So if you're watching this in the winter, if it's around February 1st, you might want to go back and watch some of my other videos. Shoot. Let me look at them real quick. Yeah, there was just some that I recorded in the month of February that might jive with you because I just did them. We have like your boss and coworkers. We have what's their problem with you. We have what's your ex up to. Those were some, just to name a few, that I did recently in February. So anyway, so you might have a birthday in February. Imbolc was like a festival where they celebrate the first starting of spring, and you might have like a full spring where it gets kind of warm in February. Or if you're like me and you didn't get a winter at all, it's just like the entire winter of January all the way through, actually December all the way. I used to live in a place where it would snow in October, like before Halloween. Now we get no snow. It's very strange. I'm sad about it. Let me know if you got snow or if you got no snow. And what's it like right now? How's the weather where you are right now? Okay. So the divinatory meanings is when the Imbolc Festival card appears in a spread, it indicates a potent energy of resurgence, purification, freshness, originality, and new beginnings. So when we got it, did we get it in the reverse? I don't believe we did. And I'm just going to move on in case if we did, though, oh well. So new beginnings, moving forward. That goes along with this queen. And it also goes along with the harvest. It's like you harvest what was done, you take what you need from it, and then you move forward. You don't sit and be like, oh, remember when that corn grew right there? You eat the corn and you move on, right? So I'm getting that. Let's go to the winter cards because you have a couple of winter cards here. And you have this number 2, which is a troll. A trow. Getting closer. Here it is. A trow. When the trow creeps into your spread, someone is seeking advantage of your good nature. People will make no effort of their own or abusing your generosity. This may refer to friends or relatives who impose on you, borrow from you without repaying the loan, expect you to pay for everything or take up all your precious time and attention. Inconsiderate guests may outstay their welcome and abuse your hospitality. Okay, I'm going to show you the words, but quickly, so you might have to pause. And flipping now. And you did have this card in reverse. So I feel like what this card is indicating is that either in the next 3 to 6 months, you are going to be rid of people like this. You'll have swept them from your presence, or it could mean that you already have, and you're kind of on this healing journey in this 3 to 6 month process forward, because this is all about luck, right? This is all about celebrating. This is all about celebrating the new, celebrating what's coming towards us now that we're different, now that we're evolved, now that we're making it through that long, awful, dark winter, right? The 3 coins here is also making me think of 3 of Pentacles in tarot. So there might be some messages in here about people getting on quite well at work. Oh my words! Oh my goodness. Okay. You can tell I skipped breakfast. Winter card number 2 is the King. So he's got to be back here in the back. There he is. Gwyn ap Nude, I guess, maybe. Nud. The King of the Winter Court. He means that when he appears in your cards, he indicates deeply buried secrets, things hidden, concealed fears, suppressed feelings, self-imposed restrictions, or bondage to the past. Something unresolved might be surfacing from your subconscious mind to affect the present. Gwyn ap Nudd may be a real person in your life, immature or elderly man of some influence who is very sober and serious, intellectual and cerebral, but impersonal and detached. I do feel like some of you maybe had some kind of a tryst with an older man or an older person that had a very dominating presence, okay? And it didn't necessarily have to be like an affair where like you guys were cheating on somebody else, but like maybe like a period of time affair, you know what I mean? A love affair, some kind of thing. And he really wowed you at first and then kind of just disappeared. And it was like, oh, heck no. Especially since I feel like some of you might have like not compromised yourself, but like actually went out of your comfort zone when it came to like age gaps and you know, what your type is, what you like your dates to look like, you know, that kind of energy. Sorry, that just came in very specifically for some. And I feel like you are moving away from that specifically, and the good news from that is that you are moving away from that. As far as the rest of you go, I'm like, who? I gotta look back at that Trow. Whatever he's called. Trow. Oh yeah, somebody taking advantage of you. Remember we were talking about that before with that older man maybe taking advantage of you, or an older person, right? Somebody taking advantage because they had more experience than you in some way. You're moving past it is what I feel is happening to you in the next 3 to 6 months. That was just a very specific message that came through. What else do we have here? Now I want to see that king. Sorry, I have to flip to it again because I've been flipping back and forth. Okay. So the good news with this card is they're talking about, you know, this thing may have happened to you, this bondage to the past in some way, but the good qualities of this card are things like being intellectual, being cerebral, but impersonal and detached. Those can be good qualities, okay? Now this person might have been those things to you, right? They're detached from you. But like being detached in a healthy way, like being detached in the way that people can't like hurt you. Facing your concealed fears and then overcoming them. That kind of energy is what I'm getting from this. Because this person was incapable of doing that, you are able to learn from them to transcend, and they become one of those people that taught you a valuable lesson of what not to do. Okay. Next we have, you know, and this authority figure could have come in a lot of different forms. It doesn't have to be a lover. It could be a cruddy boss, a cruddy mentor, a cruddy parent even. Somebody that just sort of, you know, made you, or maybe some of you are saying that's how I am. I'm older, but I realize that I'm like this and I need to realize I don't know everything. I don't know, weird. That energy just to kind of swoop through, and I was like, that was a whole storyline I wasn't ready to get, but if you heard it, you heard it. I guess it would make sense to who needs to hear it. Okay, let's look back at the summer cards and look at number 4, and then after that we have number 3. So I promise to put my finger in between the pages so that we can find them again. Okay, because I still have tarot to do with you. I still have so much. You guys are going to be the long one today. Okay, so when Haventrot, I don't know how to say it, guys, appears in your cards, she indicates the workings of fate and destiny. Whatever she's called, spins you a change of fortune. You will make progress. There will be advancement, accomplishment, new opportunities, and perhaps a change of career. Okay, so I'll hold that up for you. So if some of you are here for career, that's definitely one for you. Spinning and just kind of getting your world ready to go is like a message that's coming through with that card for me as well. So if you're not here for career, if you're just looking at other things for luck, that would indicate all kinds of different things. Just day-to-day life is how I would take it if you're not here for career. Okay, number 3. Not going to say that word or name. I'm sorry. Can't do it, man. But I am going to give you this. Okay, so the appearance of you in your cards refers to matters concerning roots, traditions, ancestors, inheritance, family, money, or family business, heirlooms, or the establishing of firm foundations in some sense. So remember you were talking earlier, some of you, about that financial piece. And so some of you, this is kind of giving you an indication that that's also going to turn out well. Your finances are supposed to improve. Those of you that were worried about finances with this situation, I feel like some of you are going to be dealing with a couple of people that make you feel like they're going to like just block your path, like maybe a snarky person at a bank or an unwilling partner or something along those lines. It feels different for everybody, but those that were worried about finance, you will overcome that. These are showing, and you're going to move forward, okay? These are blessings that are coming through no matter what. That's what we're looking at. So let's just keep going. Now we can move on to your tarot. And Spirit, I just want to see little things that are going to happen to them also between 3 and 6 months from now that are good. 6 of Pentacles. Yeah, finances balancing out. Or no, this is 4 of Pentacles. 4 of Pentacles is protection, but it also means also protect your wealth. So protect your wealth. Keep saving, even though you're reading that things are going to get better. I feel like that's a little, deal. Trust your intuition. Your intuition is strong right now, and don't have fear of the future. The sun doesn't get better than the sun, guys. That's like even the worst things that happen are going to turn into something good somehow. So keep that in mind in the next 3 to 6 months as you come towards challenges and challenges come towards you. You can be like, one of these looks really hard, but you know what? I know I can do it because my guides told me that it's coming, right? Everything's going to... And look at that balance of the sun and the moon. We also have the 9 of Wands in reverse. Like, I feel like take that as feeling less beat up, less hyper vigilant, a little bit able to relax more. Ace of Swords, like truths coming out. And the Knight of... I have no idea. So I'm just going to take this as you're moving forward. I mean, it looks like he's by water, so I would think maybe the Knight of Cups. Based on what I'm looking at, I can't tell. He does look a little bit more relaxed, but he also doesn't look like he's like too relaxed, like Knight of Pentacles. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Excuse my yawn. Okay. No matter which night that is, you're moving in the right direction. We're just going to go with that. I don't have to make you get out another book. Oh gosh. Okay. Now you guys have an interesting little deck of cards here. These cards I feel like have a lot of negative cards in them. So remember, if they're negative, that's something we're getting rid of in the next 3 to 6 months. Okay, so we're just going to flip them along. Envy, and notice how it came out reversed because there might be somebody who's been jealous of you. There might be somebody around you that makes you feel jealous and you're like, I hate that. I hate that feeling too. Like when you're jealous and you know you are, you're like, dang it. I don't want to feel that way. It's so cliche. So jealousy is going to be leaving you. That is a water sign. So some of you might be a Scorpio. Some of you might be a Pisces. Some of you might be a Cancer. Or dealing with them. We have Phoenix with rebirth and fire signs. Mermaid with commitment. So rebirth, and that's back to that, like, leaving old feelings behind and moving forward is definitely something that's coming through with these cards as well, which I really like when they match like that. Commitment is something that's also coming through. That could be just you committing to this new frame of mind. It could also be like an actual proposal for somebody because she's actually holding the ring. And if this is the Knight of Cups, that's also a proposal card. So we'll just go with it. That's twice, so I'm going to say okay. Kitsune, Earth with wisdom. Yeah, you're learning things. You're doing okay. Oh, I don't know how to say that. And that looks like an air card. Yep, a little bat, and it says expanse. If you Google this, it will bring up some kind of a little mythical creature for you to learn about. Let me know what it said in the comments if you want. I don't want to make you sit through another book. All right, so overall, y'all, your guides are showing that you have a lot to really look forward to. You have this new inspiration coming in, this new glow up coming towards you, getting rid and cutting out old baggage that was not serving you from before. Losing those baggages, getting like a balance in money and getting a balance in like your relationships and the people that you have to deal with. Everything turning out, like all the struggles that you have turning out into something great is a really positive message. So with that, I'm going to leave you. If this is helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you next time. Bye. Hello, group 3. Oh, hang on. I'm putting my earbuds. Hopefully it doesn't sound amazing. And now it sounds terrible. Hopefully. I have to leave these in or it doesn't tell me I'm getting a call. And I'm on call right now. So, Nope, okay. So anyway, if you picked this little clover, I can't speak anymore. Let's go ahead and take a look at your energy overall. We're just going to look and see what lucky things are befalling you in the next 3 to 6 months. So let's take a look at these real quick. We have number 5, Gwyneth, the mother, nature, or nurture and present. Or present. The she, ancient knowledge, help, dimensional. 33. Don't worry, I'm going to get a couple more of these for you. Number 4, the maiden innocence, love, and past. And the peace walker, peace, gentle, and forward. Very interesting cards here. Interesting. Okay, I want 2 more. Put this one on the bottom. And this one on the top. So some of you I feel are becoming mothers or parents. Others might have some kind of a connection with your mother that you're thinking about, and it's just a confirmation to give you that you're in the right place. I don't know how much we're going to get into your mother in this, or into your pregnancy, or whatever into this, but that is something that I see coming through. So like if you were hoping for a pregnancy, that would definitely be some luck on your side. Something about being nurtured and present. Ancient knowledge, help, dimensional. I feel like so some of you are pregnant. There's like outer dimensional help that is coming for you that you can't feel or see, that you don't know is coming, and you're very scared, some of you. Others, there's still help coming for you in your respective situations. I'm not just sure what those are just yet. Innocence, love, and past. I do feel like a breakup as well in this group, like you're coming out of a breakup kind of situation. Perhaps some of your mom was there for you, like you hugged your mom really good and just like started moving forward. Help is coming for you. There's a loss of innocence that I feel, but a sense of moving forward. So some breakup vibes and some new motherhood vibes. Interesting combo. Let's see if I can keep those straight. I'm yeah. 36, the herbalist, herbs, medicine, and healing. We also have portal, 26, change, gateway, new beginnings. Yeah, that definitely goes along with that pregnancy vibe. New beginnings, new everything. I feel like a lot of nervousness. Maybe some of you didn't know you were pregnant, didn't want to be pregnant. And yet here we are. You know, it varies by person, general reading. But help is coming for you in your respective situations, whether this is a breakup or a brand new situation. So if you are starting something brand new, if you're not pregnant with a child, you could be pregnant with an idea. We'll do that for a while, you know. Some of you I feel like might have hair like this, like a hairstyle that's like slicked back and kind of long, maybe a braid or some beads in your hair. Sorry, I listen and hear voices sometimes, but I can never quite make out what they're saying. So the good things coming in for you are, you know, if you were hoping for a child, bam, this is like a big gift coming towards you. If you're not so happy or you're apprehensive about that type of thing, your guides are showing this is a new beginning. It's change. It's crazy, but it's good, right? That you'll find your peace, that help is coming. This is about a breakup. You're moving on to new and better things, right? You don't have to mire down in what wasn't working before. Even if it hurts to end it, it still like is better to move on. Sorry, I'm like blowing my nose while I'm talking to you guys. I apologize. It is March when I am filming this, so get used to that happening more and more. Yeah, so those are the two like issues that I see coming forward. And situations. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's going on in the next 6 months? 3 to 6 months for group 3 here. I just want little things, big things, it doesn't matter. What lucky, wonderful things are coming towards them in the next 3 to 6 months? Okay, so those of you that were on a breakup, like emotional stability in a new person, right? I'm seeing like a beautiful masculine energy, King of Cups, somebody who is very calm, goes with the flow. They're deep, they are emotionally mature. For those of you that are expecting child or expecting something big, okay, it speaks to emotional contentment. So that's something that is on its way to you. The world, like endings, certain cycles coming to an end, the end of an era, right? The end of an era, and yet the beginning of something brand new. And this white stag is telling you to follow it into the new unknown, but it's this good, awesome adventure. Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, brand new beginnings, but they're good beginnings. 9 of Wands. You feel tired and don't want new beginnings. I feel that for some of you. I feel like some of you are like, I don't want to do any new beginnings. I don't want to be with anybody new. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not here like trying to drag you through this. These things will happen when you're ready, okay? The reality of the situation is that this breakup happened, okay? If you haven't broken up, then you're not in the right group. This is something that's already over, okay, for this group that I'm feeling. For those of you that are pregnant, you know, go to the doctor, discuss options, whatever you need to do. It is what it is. You know, I totally empathize. I would be very, very horrified if I found out I was with child at this time of my life. They're like, you're 44 and pregnant. I'd be like, yeah, this is not good. So I get it. And if you think that I have no idea what that would feel like, well, I know what it feels like at 40 because I had a pregnancy scare at like 40 or 41, something like that, and it was horrifying. My partner and I both were like, oh no. If an accident was going to happen, it needed to happen back when we were young and virile. Now we're like old and really set in our ways. Like just taking on a roommate right now would be really hard. Like, what do you mean we have to wear pants? Like, that's what? Like, no, I'm not. No. Okay. So anyway, I get it. But your guys are saying this is leading to this wonderful place of peace, that this wonderful, wonderful new beginnings. So just listen to me with an open mind and maybe you're going to see some hope. Okay. Those of you that are, you know, excited to have a baby, of course you're excited for all these new things, but you might feel very tired. Your body's going through a lot of changes. Same thing with the breakup crew. You might be ready to move on, but like you have a lot of healing left to do, a lot of hurts to get over. Okay. That's something to think about. Oh, geez. Yeah, the Hierophant in reverse. You're leaving behind what no longer serves you. You're moving into a point in your life that you're supposed to be in. Okay. One thing that's a blessing about leaving something behind is you're letting go of some manipulation that was holding on to you. So I'm definitely feeling that message for the broken up people. Also, those that are pregnant, I feel like you're leaving behind this manipulation of people telling you things like, I don't know. I bring this up on my channel a lot. I feel like where it's like, I don't, negative Nancy's, I guess we can call them, where it's like, it doesn't matter what you do. They have some kind of critique for your decisions. So like if you broke up with somebody, they're like, are you sure you're ready? Are you sure you're ready to date again? And then you start dating again. And they're like, I don't know, you don't seem as excited about him as you were about Brad, you know? And then if you were excited, they'd be like, are you sure you want to be so excited and move so fast? It wasn't too long ago you were with Brad. You know, that kind of like, they always have something negative to say. I feel like you're leaving that behind. It could be like a parent or somebody who doesn't, they think that they know your best interest, but they really don't, right? I feel like you're leaving that behind, and that's a blessing. What else? Give me another lucky thing. Being recognized, getting good attention, promotions, elevations. Yeah, I feel like some of you with the pregnancy, like people are going to give you all this like really cool attention that you've never had before, that it's okay to like attention. Jeez Louise. Where you just get to try on this new role of like, you're not the you usually play, you're this whole new different you. Right? And it feels new and different and good. Okay, like people are in love with your belly, you're glowing, etc. Those of you who are, newly single, people are seeing you not connected to that other person. I feel like if there's a lot of manipulation involved, that like a lot of times like their life kind of consumes yours, their wants consume yours. And any relationship that you're in, that kind of happens to a certain extent because you have to live together, right? So you have to make sacrifices. And so I feel like people are going to notice you for who you are, and that's going to be very refreshing to you. Okay. Now, you guys picked these, this deck next, and it's all these little doors, like these new, and so I love this because you got new beginnings, and then you have these doors opening up, and you just happen to pick that. Like, that does not just happen by accident. This is all messages from your guides or your mind speaking to you about how to feel better about your situations. I want you to have this green card because I really like it. I want you to have this white card because I really like it. And then I'm going to shuffle. And we're just going to see what else is coming towards you. What else is coming towards group 3 that is a blessing, that is something they can look forward to. Thank you. And give them a bunch because like these are big major changes. Okay, can we get like maybe 1 or 2 more? Okay, thank you. I like it. All right, so we've got a bunch of doors here, and they all have messages on them for you. It's gonna be okay. I feel like some of you are so upset about everything that's happening that you're crying. My cat's yelling at me right now. Sullivan is here again. He was here earlier this morning when we started these readings. This is much later in the day. I'm working a night shift, so I took a big nap and then I woke up. And so I hope the lighting is okay. If it's not, I apologize. And I have to work between 2 different cameras, the one that came on my phone and the one that's an app, and it's very, very difficult to maneuver. Okay, so here is your first door. I want you to get a nice look. Number 42, it says. And let's see what its message is for you. We have inner power. By your own command, you brought yourself here. At this moment in life, you have nothing to fear. Okay. Very beautiful message for you because some of you are just like so apprehensive about breaking up or, pregnancy. It's okay. Okay. Here's that beautiful green door again. I feel like this is what drew a lot of you to this pile. And you know what's interesting? I've never noticed this card in this deck before, and I've had this deck for at least a few years now. I really like it. I've seen other readers use it on YouTube, and that's probably where I got the idea to buy it. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown when love is the focus, foundation, and goal. Blessed is the body, mind, and soul. That one have a number? No. Huh. I wonder what is very significant about that number 42, because I noticed not all of these doors have numbers. Yeah, you brought yourself here. The obvious, if you're pregnant, you got yourself into this situation. You can fast forward through this if you want to. When I was in high school, a person that I knew found out that, unfortunately at the time, she was pregnant. We were like sophomores, so she was very young. And we went down to the counselor's office to tell her, and my person that I'm with made me go with because they were embarrassed and worried and scared. And so we went in there and we're talking to the counselor. The counselor was handling it okay. But, then my person I'm with says they're afraid about telling one of their parents. And they said, well, they might be kind of mad at you at first. They might ground you. And I laughed. I couldn't help myself. I started laughing. I was like, yeah, I want you to stay in there and think about what you did. And at 16, I thought that was just the funniest thing. And that counselor was not amused. Okay. Anyway. Love. Okay. So seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation. Yeah. Focus on the love. Focus on the blessings of the situation. You're not broken up with someone. You are free. You're not pregnant. You're a mom, right? You're going to be a mom. It's so cool, right? Okay, moving along. I like this white door so much. Reminds me of a synagogue I was in once on like a little field trip. A moment's joy, sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. A moment's joy. Yeah, enjoy every little wonderful little moment. And enjoy the moments where you tell people, right? Enjoy the moments where you go out and you do something different than what you would have done with that person that you just got rid of. I'm sorry. The people that are in the breakup crowd, I'm sorry. I'm just going to call it. I don't want to feel like I'm being mean or anything. And maybe there's an exception or two, but like, I'm just going to say, like, I feel like this really nasty energy with some of the exes that I feel like you are so lucky to be getting away. That you don't even know how lucky you are yet. Because some of you are still crying out after this person. Like, please be happy that you're free. Please take my word for it until you can recognize that for yourself. Okay, I'm sorry. That just came out. Next door. I love the little keyhole in the top. I want a door like that. I can't see who's here at all, so I just have to ignore them. Okay. Intuition, simple, complete, complex words of pain or words that heal. I thought it said heat. Words. All right. Words of pain or words that heal. You come to know truth by the way that it feels. Okay. Yeah, you can trust your intuition. I feel like some of you in the breakup crew are really worried about making the right decisions, trusting people again. Who are you going to find? Are you going to meet somebody new? Please stop worrying about who else you're going to meet right after you get rid of somebody else. Enjoy being single. I'm not saying you're going to be single for a long time. That's how worried about it. You're going to sit there and argue with me. You're the main character in your show. So enjoy your single periods. Run around. Do some fun stuff for just you. You don't have to take my advice, but there it is. For those of you that are, they're Sullivan again. I don't know if you guys can hear him. Could you hear that? Yeah, he tries to get me to go downstairs and play. Because he won't play with the other cats. Sullivan, I love you. All right. For those of you that are having a kid, I feel like you can trust your intuition. As you move forward, your parental intuition is going to kick in. You are going to figure out how to parent. Look at all those. If you ever feel like you don't know what you're doing as a parent, please find some worse parents to compare yourself to. It will definitely make you feel better. Okay. I'm just saying. Here's your next door. I like the shape of this door. It reminds me of a keyhole. Like you're peeking through a keyhole. Begin here. Do not fear what travel brings, my dear. The moment is yours. Begin now. Here, pass this card on. Oh, I'm supposed to pass this on to somebody. Well, I kept it, so sorry. Begin here. It all starts right here. This is just the beginning. It's going to be wonderful. This is blessings coming to you. Remember, that's why you found this, like, whole thing, right? That's why you found this reading, is because it's about blessings coming towards you. So if you just trust in that they're coming, and that this is, then the things that make you feel worried, the breakup, the pregnancy, the things that you're, the uncertainties, they start to feel exciting and not scary. So like if you're scared of flying in a plane, and I tried this and it actually worked for me. Instead of that, for the first 40 hours before I got on the plane, I would say, I'm so excited to fly through the air. I'm so excited to get a window seat so I can manifest getting a window seat. I'm so excited to take pictures from my window in my window seat. And I got all those things and I had fun. I wasn't scared and on the edge of panic like I was the whole first time that I flew. Okay. Look at this beautiful door. The Odyssey, take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Okay. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. Okay. Getting some eat, pray, love vibes. But yeah, get outdoors. Go visit a botanical garden if you live in the city. If you're me and you can't be around anything that blooms because you're allergic to all of it, I don't know, turn on some ambient, like, visuals on YouTube or something and watch blossoms falling on some like HD drone capture of like a very beautiful landscape. I do that from time to time. Have you seen those windows that give you like the beautiful landscapes outside, just like in Back to the Future? I really want some of those. Even though I have pretty good views where I live. All right, last but not least, this interesting doorway here. Offerings. Abundance lies in the heart that allows share more than expected. Okay. And see love come around. Pass this card on. Okay. Do they all say that and I just didn't even notice? Okay, they do not. Okay, so I'm not crazy. I mean, I'm crazy, but okay. Okay. Offerings. So be sure to do something for somebody else. I know you're very worried about yourself right now, and that's totally understandable. But do something nice for somebody else. Like if you're, prego, your partner's around, do something nice for them. They might be freaking out too. Hey, do you feel better? They're like, man, Miriam, before I started this reading, I was really scared about my situation or upset. But now that I watched it, boy, do I feel better. Well, good, my soul friend. If this was helpful, tell me how in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading, there are ways to do so in the description box. We'll see you next time, my friends. Take care. Congratulations. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Well, group 4, I never found the box to the tarot cards that I'm using for you. If I ever find it, I'll put in the timestamp. Hopefully I find it so I can, like, I don't know, put them away when I'm done with them and keep them nice and safe. Bizarre. Hopefully they're just sitting right in there in the room waiting for me. Here is your clover. And we are looking at good fortune, luck, things that are coming towards you. You are going to have the unfortunate business of hearing me read runes. So you might hear me implement Google for some pronunciation later. We will check that out. Here's a card that's already popped off for you. So I'm going to turn that sideways and put that over here so that we don't forget about it. Let's start with your first set of oracle cards. I do like these two that popped up here. I do like those two as well as this one. Goodness, aren't you an easy group? Group 4. Group 4s are always the easiest piles, I swear. And one more. We're going to have to layer these, but that's okay. Itchy nose. Okay. Anytime you hear me scream like that, I have an itch in my nose. All right, let's look and see what we have here. We have the Raven. determination. Some of you are getting ready to climb a big peak. And that you are feeling very fortunate to have the chance to get to climb this big peak you're going to get to. The Swan with fidelity. Ooh. Some of you are in relationships and you have somebody who's faithful to you, or somebody coming towards you who is going to be faithful to you. How nice and gross is that, my little lovebirds? How cute. Okay, let's see what else we have. The Newt with urgency. I also associate the Newt with protection, or being able to handle it when things get hot, right? When things heat up. But yeah, there's some urgency. Interesting, we'll get to that. The Mouse with advantage, aha. The Black Hound, foreboding. The Horse with transcendence. And the Hedgehog with disguise. Interesting crew. Okay. So these are all animal spirits that are coming towards you right now. Very cool. I just want to squish them all together a little bit better so that we can see them all. Yoink. Yoink. Okay. There we go. That's better. I can see them all now. Can you? All right. They're very dark cards. Not like dark in energy, but okay. So what I'm seeing for the blessings overall, because remember, we're just looking at good luck coming in. So anything that sounds or doesn't strike you as particularly like positive sounding or looking, it's okay. We're taking the positive side of that. Okay. So for example, like the foreboding with the Black Hound, anything that you're foreboding or worried is like not going to work out, don't worry. You see what I'm saying? If you are, you know, wanting to see through a disguise, you will. If you're hoping to disguise yourself for some reason, you will. You'll be successful. This urgency, you have an advantage to get through it. Okay. You have the determination to see things through. So it's all good things, like good things with the relationship, like fidelity, faithfulness, transcendence with the Horse, like moving forward in your everyday situations that you're watching this for. Your transcendence into these situations and through these situations is going to be spectacular. It's going to be good. Right? I want to get some book stuff for you with these. I probably won't read the whole thing with each one. I just want to get a little bit of stuff. I believe these are alphabetical. Let's see, alphabetical order. Yeah, okay, so you are about to learn a valuable lesson. Magic's in the air. Visions of prophecy are gifted to you. Rid yourself of inner fears. Use your wits. Make your voice heard. Don't let others make a meal of you. Something special is about to happen. Very nice. Let's look at Swan. The grass is not always greener. Practice mirror work. Decide if you want commitment or not. The love of your life is near. Always end one thing before you begin another. Cheaters seldom prosper when it comes to love. Interesting. That sounds a little like a warning to some. Like maybe some people in here were thinking about like stepping out. Let's see here. Mute. You're being urged to learn more about the craft before you practice it. There are things that have been missed. Don't let a bad situation fester. Seek to clear the air now. Clear your debts if you can. The money is not yours to gamble with. Interesting. Interesting. Let's look at that Hound. There's Horse. Hound should be right around there somewhere. No way. Hound isn't here. Hound is not in this book. Wait, no, is there a different? Black Hound, okay, he's in the bees. Sorry. You guys are probably looking at that the whole time, like, in front of you, Miriam, in front of you. Keep your wits about you at all times. Trust your gut feelings. Do not ignore them. Be like a dog with a bone. Persistent until you have all the answers you seek. Be aware of all signs and symbols. Your inner ferocity is surfacing to howl your truth. Okay. I like it. Then we also have Horse, which was way over here, with Transcendence. Make time for friends and family. Up your game. Success and power are yours for the taking. Work with horses. Go riding. Break free from whatever's holding you back. Freedom beckons. You can trust your relationships. You have the upper hand. Remember, we're talking about fidelity, and then it says you can trust your relationships. I like that little double there. The Hedgehog. This is not your fight. Keep out of it. Allow a person the space they now need and resist temptation to help them. They will ask when ready. Your garden needs tending, so look at natural pest control. Okay. Careful how you approach a delicate matter between friends and family. Someone is feeling very prickly. I feel like maybe some of you, because of the fidelity thing, this is a bit of a warning that your partner, you may have maybe not accused, but kind of expressed to them in some way that you worry about them cheating or something along those lines. They're feeling prickly about it. So just let them be. Like, they're not doing anything, I promise, you know, so just like let them be. So that's also a message coming through specifically for someone. Okay. So those are just some specific messages that would help other people feel like they're in the right place or confirm that they're in the right place. Let's look at some more blessings that are coming in. This one popped out for you guys. In the first place, we have Three of Swords. So Three of Swords is usually about heartache. And what I like to say about that Three of Swords in a reading like this is that it's like you're on your way to heal from heartache. So if those of you are here because you're looking for an answer towards, you know, something good coming towards you because you just had your heart broken in some way or something happened that hurt your heart, you guys are saying that healing is coming. Okay. And my heart just went out to you because I have a hurt heart this week. And it sucks. Okay, let's keep going. We have Nine of Cups. Yeah, wish fulfillment. So something that you're hoping for, wishing for is coming in the next 3 to 6 months. We also have Page of Wands. Learning new things, finding new passions, finding new inspirations, being newly inspired by wonderful new things. King of Swords, overcoming challenges. Getting what you've been waiting for with the Three of Wands. Sorry, that didn't want to focus. Getting what you've been waiting for. And walking away from what doesn't serve you. That one doesn't want to focus either. Walking away from what doesn't serve you. Looking like Cheech Marin. Wow. Come on. This one here. There it goes. Okay. Nice things coming towards you. Wish fulfillment. I feel like some of you, you know, that determination of that raven, you know, but like also that reassurance of like this relationship energy that I'm feeling, like things are turning out, or whatever you're watching this for, whether it's a relationship or some other kind of partnership that you weren't sure you could trust. You guys are saying undoubtedly that you can trust it. So that's something to be grateful for. Walk away from the worry, walk away from the fear, and the uncertainty, and just bask that you have something great. And I know that's hard to do because it feels like if I bask, then something bad is going to happen. The other shoe is going to drop and I'm going to feel like a fool, right? Well, oh well, you know, everybody feels like that from time to time. Everybody feels scared from time to time, right? It's okay to bask in what you have. If that changes or ends, no one's going to say, oh, you were so happy, you idiot. And if they do, what a jerk. Just don't ever speak to them again. I want to get some more tarot for you. Just more good things coming in. More good things coming in. Escaping something that you don't want to face. Interesting. But like in a good way, because we're looking at good things. Having a time of waiting that actually pays off and works out in your favor is coming towards you. So if you're like stuck waiting for some reason and you're about to climb a wall because you got delayed, try to remember that your guides were saying way back in a reading that there's some kind of a delay coming in the next 3 to 6 months. It's a good one. Knight of Wands, taking good positive action towards things that you want. This is also about falling in love. 10 of Swords. The worst has happened and then we can move forward. This also looks like this person is very protected in this picture. That they both are. Neither one is bothering the other one. Whatever bad things have happened are done. They have happened, and during the next 3 to 6 months, it's about feeling better and moving forward, not about new bad things happening. Okay? And the Empress, if you're not planning on getting prego, you might want to take precaution. If you're already prego, you might want to watch group 3, I believe it was. Okay. Now here comes the fun part where I butcher a lot of pronunciation. I am going to be using rune cards, so I am going to be using Google on my computer and pulling my earbud out so you can hear the pronunciation with me. And I'm just going to get a big row of them for you. Blessings that are coming towards group 4. Wonderful lucky things coming towards group 4. I want at least 6. Seven. Very well then. Okay. It's so funny that I just can't find a whole box. I'm pretty sure the box that comes with this deck of cards, this deck of tarot cards, is huge. I'm pretty sure. If I find it before I upload this, I will make sure to add an extra little bonus at the at the end of your video and at the end of the intro. And that way people will see it. So funny. I hate when I watch pick a card readings and I fall in love with a deck of cards and then they don't tell you where to get it or who did it. I'm like, just tell me. And then you put it in a comment and they don't answer that either. I'm like, oh, come on. I understand why. Like, I would want people to like pay me for like advertising probably, but if I was smart, you know, but I'm not. So, okay, we're going to look into rune pronunciation, and that way we're ready to go. And we will start now. I believe that's a J, and I think it's Jera. You have a B. You have lots of animal energy. I didn't even think about the fact that these cards that I placed together with the Witch's Familiars, which was these first ones, were animal related. So you have a lot of animal, and you can still see yours. You got raven, swan, newt, mouse, black hound, horse, and hedgehog. And then you have a bee. And then there's your rune. Jera. Okay. Just to check. Let's double check my pronunciation. Oh, see? I already missed it. Jera, that's what they're... And I speak German. I should know that. Jera. Okay. Makes sense. Yera. Because the J's make a yes sound. A dur. I'm a smart gal. Perto. Yeah, Perto. You have a snake here. Perto. There's your rune. Don't worry, we're going to get to the meanings here in a second. Manaz. It's like a meerkat, right? Yeah. Interesting. Interesting spirit animal. You know, it's weird. I have a whole nother deck of spirit animal cards that has a meerkat in it as well. Just not the usual that you would see. You have an owl with Kanaz. Kanaz? I want to check that one. Oh, Google is not being very cooperative. So maybe we're just going to have to deal with me butchering. Lagooz. It's a seahorse. Oh, I have this one tattooed on me. This one as well. Rado. You have a whale. And there it is. Rado. Redo. I don't know. Ingvas. So I have these etched around my doorway. A lion. Rawr. Okay. So let's go ahead and talk about the meaning of each one of these. Okay. So first we have Yara or Yera. And this bee. This is about like harvest. Okay. It's also about like things coming to a close, things coming to fruition. We were talking about like breakups or not breakups, but like relationships starting and having like fidelity, but having doubts about the fidelity and all of that. This is definitely another reassurance from your guides that you have nothing to worry about. This is about good things coming in. It's a time to reap what you've sown. It's a time to harvest good times, etc. and so forth. So really you have nothing to worry about. So try to enjoy what you have. Okay. The same thing with Petro or Pertho. My God. This is all about, this is supposed to be a cup that represents like good thing. A lot cup is what they call it. Okay. It's used for divination. It's about having like hidden knowledge, and it's about the unpredictability of life. And it's a signifier of good luck. Okay. It's, the snake is also a sign of good luck in this. It's showing you that you have the ability to adapt through change, that you have good things coming to you, that good things are already in the bag or in the cup. Okay. So again, your guides are just saying that you have good things coming to you, especially those of you that are in a relationship, wondering if you have somebody that's faithful to you. This is about humanity or mankind. I feel like you might see some things, maybe not in the news that I've been watching, but or that I stopped watching because it was bumming me out, man. And then people are like, well, that's right, just turn a blind eye. And it's like, well, I don't know what to do because I can't do anything for anybody. So then I just start feeling angry and sad and upset that nobody else is doing things that I think they should be doing. And so, yeah, I stopped watching the news. I'm sorry. Good Lord. But anyway, like this, like, I feel like you have a deep connection to the suffering of mankind in this group. A lot of you do. And I feel like your guides are showing in the next 3 to 6 months. I know that things have been really crazy in the news in like the last, I don't know, my entire lifetime. And so like sometimes it's good to find your sources of information from other places. maybe looking at connection with human beings and like globally connecting with others through more positive means besides news, because news is always going to push the negative stories. So is social media. So like some getting creative and ways to like kind of do that could be coming towards you. A way of connecting to mankind without being so dragged down is definitely something that's on the horizon. Okay, for some of you. I'm also seeing you just getting some good news about mankind and hearing some news that makes you happy. It could be a little thing. It could be a big thing. All right, so the owl with canaz, I don't know, translates to torch. Okay, so it represents like illumination, inspiration, knowledge, transformation. Your guides are promising you all of these things in the next 3 to 6 months. So this beautiful knowledge transformation, I feel you like relaxing into what you have and enjoying it for a change instead of worrying about losing it. That is okay to do. You don't have to worry about things to keep them. That's something that I had to learn the hard way. We also have Lagus. Some of you might be water signs. Again, trusting your intuition. This is about the flow of life, the subconscious mind, feminine energy, going with the flow, listening to your dreams, psychic abilities sharpening, okay? I'm seeing all of those for you as well. So that's nice. We also have Fredo. I'm over trying to pronounce things. I'm not good at it. I'm over it. Okay. This is about enjoying the ride or just enjoying the journey. You're in it. Just enjoy it. Okay. Go with the flow. Be happy. You have wonderful things happening for you. Don't worry about them being taken away. Just enjoy having them while they're here. Everything is fleeting. Everything that we have is eventually going to go away. So just enjoy it while it's here and don't worry about losing it, because then you don't enjoy it as much. And then we have Ingus or Ingvas. Fertility. So if you're not ready to have a kid yet with your partner, you might want to wait on that or get some protection. This is also about being grounded, productive, virile, like having good times together in the bedroom, like having good times out in the world, food, sex, fun, all that good stuff is coming towards you in the next 3 to 6 months. So I'm definitely not seeing breakup vibes, which I feel like a lot of you guys were worried about when you got here, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay. I feel like just relax and bask in the good stuff. And with that, I shall leave you. If this is happy and wonderful news, tell me in the comment section. Give me topic ideas there as well. If you'd like to book a private reading with me, there are ways to do so in the description box. Thanks for being here, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.